Hi, I'm Ellie, and this video is not to shame men in any way. Opposite, to support you. The intention of this video is to bring awareness to the dynamic between men and women, awareness so that now we have more choice and we can move towards greater harmony in relationships, have more peace, have more love, all the fun, good stuff, what we want. So there's a big difference between men and women, so many differences between men and women, how we operate. And there is this one example I want to talk about today, which is when men are yelling at their female partner. And men and women have a completely different reaction to this dynamic. So if a man is being yelled at by a woman, he doesn't go into fear. His nervous system isn't going into fear for safety. He is more likely moving into empowered action. And that is because men typically are not physically afraid of women. There's no physical threat, typically. And that this is the normal reaction with men. And women have a completely different response. Our nervous systems will go off in danger, alert, warning, because this is not a weakness of the mind. This is a biological safety mechanism, because there is, in most cases, this very real power dynamic, physical strength dynamic between men and women. And so a woman, when she is in the presence of her man yelling at her, her nervous system is, her subconscious, her nervous system is reacting, activating in fear. When this happens, she can no longer really hear you. She is in survival now. She's going to be in fight, flight, or freeze in most cases. And so this is this closing off of connection. And so with this understanding, a man can choose to really be present with what's happening with the woman. And anger is a normal human reaction. We're all going to have it. But if we as partners can start to understand what's happening between us in different dynamics, we can understand why the severing of connection happens, why the disconnect keeps increasing, and we can make changes. So if you are a man and you do yell at your partner, you're angry, no shame, no shade. Just, it's beautiful to remember that this is how it is affecting your woman's nervous system. So her whole body is in freeze, flight, or fight. And this is not a place for coming together, for working things out, for connection. So if this does happen and you yell at her, for example, quickly just to bring awareness to that, to remember that she's not in empowered action, she's in fear, real fear that her nervous system is telling her, protect yourself, I'm not safe. And for safety, this is the most important thing for women. We need to feel safe in order to move towards connection with you, in order to want to have physical closeness with you. Women need safety. So if you want more closeness and more connection with your female partner, having this awareness and then acting on this is going to really increase the connection and love and physical connection, all the good stuff in the relationship. So if you do yell, for example, just to quickly bring awareness to the fact of what's going on in her body, and then try to soften yourself, use your breath to ground you into the moment. Take some time, politely, kindly let her know you need to go take a few minutes to get yourself to be grounded. This is masculine containment. When a man can feel his anger, feel his emotions, and then ground himself into the present moment, use his breath, be here with what is, and then take conscious action. So choice in the action, not just moving from the anger, moving from the emotion. This is going to provide safety for us. There's no problem with anger. Anger isn't bad, but we are still responsible for our actions, and our actions still have consequences. One of the laws of the universe, cause and effect. So there's always an effect to our actions, and so a consequence. And so it is beautiful for men to be aware of this, to accept this, and to move in this with this knowing. So for women, we say safety, safety. It's important, right? It's the most important thing because of this power dynamic. Because in fact, the most dangerous man to a woman, I've heard so many psychologists, relationship experts, scientists talk about this, that the most dangerous man to a woman is not a stranger. It's her partner. That is statistically where the most violence comes from, is someone that the woman already knows. And in a lot of cases, it's her partner. And so when we talk about safety for a woman, we are talking about, of course, physical safety. But what a lot of men don't understand is this deep interconnection of emotional and physical safety. If a woman does not feel emotionally safe, she does not feel physically safe. Okay, the two are entwined, because as women, we are emotional beings. We're very much feeling beings. We're all feeling beings. That's what it feels like to be alive, is to feel. But men are often more disconnected from their emotions because of conditioning from society. Don't be a little beep and feel, all these things that they're conditioned to. And they also have the ability to close off from their emotions. In part, this is because of that. They're not necessarily fearing for their safety in a dynamic with a woman, but the woman is. And so for a woman, if she's not emotionally safe, the core of her being is this emotional feeling being. This is her superpower, by the way. This is her deep connection to intuition. This is her connection with practice to being the oracle, to having this knowing without knowing how, this intense, beautiful intuition, this guiding light that is actually beautiful and helpful to the man in relationship. It's really, really beautiful. So if she's not feeling safe emotionally, this is the core of her. If you aren't caretaking her emotions, if you can't ground yourself in your own emotions, and you can't bring this masculine containment to her, this safety emotionally, then, and you don't care about her emotions, she does not feel safe for you to care about her physically either. And we can't disconnect this from the mind. This is all happening subconsciously, below the mind, below the conscious thinking. So this is what women are experiencing. And so if men can care about this part of the relationship dynamic and bring masculine containment, bring safety, even in his own anger, even in your own anger, we can feel anger, we can feel any emotion, and we can still act, move from a way that is grounded, from a place with practice, right? Because it does take practice. And we can move towards what we want. This is this devotion foundation I'm always talking about. When you're angry with your partner and we lean on that, we root into that foundation of devotion, what is the shared goal here? Is it to come together? Is it to communicate in a way that we can get past this quickly to create peace in our life and excitement and joy and love and pleasure, all the good things? So it's beautiful to, when we are angry, to not lose sight of that, root into devotion, root into caring for our partner, highest good, both partners, highest good. And so there are many masculine practices, man and woman, we could do, because women, we also need our own masculine containment from ourselves so that we're not doing the same thing. So, I know some men will say, women are there yelling at me. Yeah, I know it's happening on both sides. There is a different reaction, but even though men are in fear when as a woman we might, unleash our anger at them, that's still not moving us towards a shared goal. That's still not pouring into him. That's still not moving us towards all the good fun things we want. So there are masculine practices that will greatly help us to give us choice, give us space between our emotions and our actions, and really help us move towards what we want in life as men and women. These masculine practices are mindfulness, coming out of the mind, being really present, using our breath to ground into the moment, to feel into our body, bringing our attention into the body, out of the mind. Mindfulness, masculine practice. And then meditation. Again, the meditation is creating this space between our thoughts and our emotions, connecting us to the deeper essence of ourself. And here is where we find our deepest truth. Here's where we're able to contain ourselves. In meditation, we are connecting to awareness, masculine energy, baby, and we are containing ourselves in that awareness. And this is such a doorway open into self-awareness, into awareness of what's happening around us, in a doorway into differentiating between what is really happening and what is the story I'm telling myself, this knowing, this awareness of the strong energy moving through our body, and this ability to not let that strong emotion take over and make choices for us that later on are going to have consequences that we did not want or even intend. And so this is so beautiful as men and women when we take the time to really get to know each other and to care and to just bring this conscious choice, this conscious awareness into our decisions in the relationship with that shared goal, never losing sight of that. And we can have these beautiful relationships. They are available to us, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, okay. Thank you for being here. Tell me what you think. I would love it if you liked this video. If you liked it, I would love it if you spoke to me in the comments. Tell me how you're doing, what you want to talk about. And also, I would love it if you would support me by subscribing. I would love it. And I will definitely connect with you soon. Thank you.